Hey, what's going on, everybody? Game Geezer here. I just wanted to do a 2-year update on my monitor, the PG258Q. It's a 200 Hz monitor. I believe it has a 1 millisecond response time. And I've been using it for about 2 years now. And I know there's always a lot of stuff on the internet about if 240 Hz is actually worth it. So I'm going to kind of go over my 2 years with the monitor and let you know from there. Now, I bought it really early. It hadn't been out too long, so I paid about $500 for that monitor, and it's only a 1080p monitor, but the whole deal with it is it's super quick. It's only 24 inches, 240 hertz. I mean, I'm just gonna get straight to it. Yes, it's totally worth it. Unless you're more of a sightseeing kind of person, like you love maybe more detail, you're not a fan of 1080p, you want higher resolution, and you play more like adventure style games, you're really chill, you don't really like play competitive games, then you might want to go with something a little bit different, maybe some higher resolution. But as far as 240 hertz goes, it's just so good. It's so crispy and smooth that when I first brought it in and I booted out my 60 hertz monitor for it, I mean, I was playing video games, especially online competitively for just hours and hours. And I normally would play like 1 or 2 hours and kind of get off, but the monitor just made the game just came alive, basically, is what I'm getting at. And I don't know, I spent so much more time playing the games because it was like I was playing on a different computer, because I had all this high-end tech. I had high-end internet, high-end desktop, high-end mouse and keyboard, but my monitor was still 60 hertz, and it was really holding me back, and I didn't fully understand how much the monitor was holding me back until I upgraded, and I could see it right away. It's just so clear cut how much better 60 versus 240 was, and it's just insane. Now I'm going to throw some notes in here. I noted that for me personally, anything above between I would say probably anything over 180 FPS, I didn't really notice too much of a difference. So for me, if a monitor can hit 180 hertz, that's perfect for me. So that's just a good little note to keep in hand, and something that I noted. Once I hit 200, if I had a frame bounce between 200 and 240, I couldn't tell at all. But, around the 180 mark, I could tell. So I would say that's a magic number. It's 180 FPS, 180 hertz. Really, the only way you'd probably benefit from actual 240 is if you're playing a FPS game and you're spinning around a lot. You're spinning around and moving your character in a lot of weird ways that would maybe make some people like sick watching. You could probably benefit from that. Another thing I've noticed too is my mouse speed. When I was playing on a 60 hertz monitor, I could only leave my mouse DPI at like 3200. But when I was playing on a 240 hertz, I was bumped my mouse speed significantly to like between 6300 and 7200 DPI, which is really fast, because you can see the mouse. It's crazy how much more you can see the mouse on that monitor. And I've had plenty of friends come over and use my computer, and I'll have my mouse set to like 6300 or 7000 DPI, and they'll sit down and they just notice immediately how fast and crispy moving the mouse is. And it sounds kind of weird, but when you try it, you'll understand what I'm saying. Now, I recommend definitely go pick up a 240 hertz monitor, or at least a 200 hertz monitor, 180 hertz monitor, as close as you can get to 180, I would say, and you'll be very happy with it. And just try it out for yourself. And what's cool about these monitors is you can go in the settings and change them even when you have a 240 hertz monitor, you can set it to 60 hertz. You can set it to 144 hertz. You can adjust the hertz, and you can see for yourself the difference while you're playing. Now, I actually first of all, I wanted to wait, and I wanted to use the monitor a couple of years before I made a follow-up video on how I'm actually enjoying the monitor. But I also just gave my daughter my 240 hertz monitor, and let her have it in her room because I built her a computer during Christmas time. And I had to go back to my old 60 hertz monitor, and I was like, it'll be fine. I'll deal with it for a little while, and then I'll get myself something else, right? And I was thinking, I'll get myself something like maybe ultra wide. I was really wanting to get me one of these, something kind of like this, because this is like the dream, because this is a 200 hertz 3440 by 1440 monitor, and I think you can play at max settings on it at 180 hertz, which is perfect because it's in line with what I said. 180 is like, it's just the sweet spot for me. But anyways, to get back to this one here, I did not realize how much I was going to miss my monitor. I knew it was going to be painful, but I really didn't think it was going to make me this sad. Like, for example, the other day went to go play League of Legends on a 60 hertz monitor, and it was just awful. And I know that sounds dramatic, but once you drive a Ferrari and then you get back in a Prius, it's just awful. So yeah, that's the best way I can think to describe it. But yeah, it's one of those things. If I fully support it, it's so good. Like, playing the games are so crispy and legit that it's just it's an insane difference. So if you're on the fence about it and you're like, well, I don't know, and it's easy when you watch these hype videos. People get super hyped. They're like, yeah, 240 hertz. Look at this thing I bought. And they just brag about it. And it gets you in like hype mode, and you go buy it, and then you're like a little sad about it. I'm going to tell you this. If you're on 60 hertz and you bump up to, as close as you can get to 180 hertz or better, it's a win. It's an all-around win. You're going to see right away how great it is. It's so cool. I mean, I'm looking for my next monitor right now because I can't stay on 60 hertz. I had to drop my mouse speed back down to 3000 because, I don't know, it just wasn't, I couldn't keep up with the mouse on here. The monitor's not fast enough, and playing, League of Legends or other games that I like to play was just, it took me like 2 weeks to get back used to this slow monitor and slow down a little bit, so I wasn't just playing stupid in my games and getting destroyed. But I'd gotten used to that fast monitor for almost 2 years, and it shows. It's very crazy. So yes, 100%, these fast monitors are legit. You just gotta experience it for yourself. As for me, I really want to upgrade to this. I don't think I'll be able to afford it, but if you've seen my desk video where I build my desk, I actually, when I heard this monitor was coming out, I built my desk specifically for this monitor because they had already released the size specs and the curvature. So I'm really hoping that I can pick this up at some point, but the price tag is just so expensive for it because they give you the super fast response time, but at the same time they give you the amazing resolution and peak brightness. So they give you this crazy resolution here and all these nits and all that stuff. So it would be great because I've been playing on 240 hertz 1080p, but if I can go to 180 hertz, almost 4K monitor, this is like 3.5K resolution here, would be insane. Playing, the upscale and the resolution and just sacrifice a little bit of those FPS will be freaking sweet. So this is kind of my next go-to on here, and I really hope that these come down in price, and I'm pretty sure they're going to, because I had saw a preview for some new monitors that are coming out that are supposed to be 1080p, like 360 or 50 hertz or something crazy like that. And this is good and bad, because I'm going to say that those monitors, like I said, you're not going to get any benefit from those unless you're like moving super fast like the whole time. Like you're just spinning around, you're just trying to like intentionally just cause motion and shoot stuff or whatever you're going to do in that game. But I think for that, I think that's just overkill. But the good thing that's going to come from that is that they probably, the way they're able to do that is because these newer monitors are coming out higher resolution and they're reaching the 200 hertz mark. So what they can do is take the technology that's making this monitor and tone down the resolution and increase the speed and just leave it at 1080p. Now that's gonna that tech's gonna become more available as those monitors come out, and then these higher end monitors will hopefully drop down, because right now this monitor is like $2,500, and that's just insane. But this is literally like the dream monitor, and so hopefully one day I'll get one and finally put it in this desk that I built, because I specifically built this desk for this monitor. But I had kind of planned on this monitor being like $1,300 to $1,500, not $2,500. So anyways, if I have to, I go back to one of these easily, the 1080p, because it was just so good. I mean, I have no complaints whatsoever. You know, even if I had the same monitor again and I just had it in a curve, like a 35-inch curve, you know, I think I would be satisfied with that. So we'll see. I don't know where I'm going to go from here, but yeah, definitely my 2 years with the 240 hertz monitor, so legit, man. I mean, you just got to go for it. Here's one of my clips that I uploaded the other day,
So overall,
and you can see that I just love this freaking monitor. It was so good. It looks so good on my desk, and I got some good use out of it before I gave it to my kiddo over there. But I had to give it to her because I made her this sick computer, and I couldn't leave her with a 60 hertz monitor, because I put so much effort into her build, and pairing it with a SAD monitor would have just it wouldn't have been right. So I did her build the right way. I gave her legit like some sick hardware, and yeah, you know, it was my monitor, but I'll get another one, so it's all good. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. I've been rambling, but I just wanted to make like a little kind of like personal message video on the topic. Yes, it works. It's great. If you love to play competitively, you're gonna lose your mind when you play it. It's just so good. The only thing that would make you sad about it is if you're playing on terrible internet, you're not gonna really get that edge that you're looking for, probably because you're lagging out, or if your graphics card, like your hardware, is just not strong enough to pump out the FPS that you need to take advantage of that monitor. So if you're playing like Fortnite at 80 FPS, that monitor is not going to help you too much. Granted, it's really bright, it's really crisp and clean. Unless you're pumping out the FPS to support it, it's not going to help you as much as it helped me. So just make sure that your hardware is good to go. You optimize your games, your internet's set, so you're getting that really low ping time, and you'll just have such a good experience. So anyways, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.